Hello, this is Dan Ferrisi, Editor-in-Chief with Commercial Integrator. So happy to be joined today by Sandi Stambaugh, who is Senior Vice President, Product Management with TD SYNNEX. The topic, of course, is our large format display deep dive, which will be all over commercialintegrator.com throughout the month of April, as well as, of course, taking center stage in the April issue of Commercial Integrator. Sandi, of course, you're a very well-known industry expert, have always interesting thoughts to share when you join us. Thank you for taking time to be with us today. And thank you for taking time, as always, to share your knowledge with the Commercial Integrators audience.
Thanks, Dan. It's so good to be here with you today. It's been a minute, so it's nice to see you.
Absolutely, and you as well. As I said, the topic of conversation is the large format display deep dive. So I wanted to get your sense of where the large format display market stands right now, particularly against the backdrop of some of the macroeconomic factors that we are seeing. Are you optimistic about the opportunity for integration businesses to leverage the power of these large format displays? And where does the macroeconomic climate fit into that?
Yeah, absolutely, Dan. So good question. I think that, certainly we're in an interesting time. I feel like for the past, 3 years or so, those have been my words, interesting times. So I'm ready for it to become maybe a little bit less interesting, but definitely we're seeing significant opportunity. I think that, return to public space has really driven that, but also, for a long time, large format display was really a digital signage conversation. And there was a lot of, focus on that kind of standalone sign. So just, traditional methods of digital signage. And it's really exciting because we're seeing an expansion beyond that, right? So within the collaboration space and, digital signage becoming more a part of the network versus outside of the network. And then, immersive experiences and trying to drive that, the folks into a public space. And so I think it's an exciting time to be there. Certainly, we've seen some, again, interesting times with, some of those macroeconomic trends and sort of market demand. But this space is holding strong. So, certainly I actually just got off of a call with an industry analyst who, is on board with growth expectations over the next, several years within not just digital signage, but the overall large format, I would call it digital communication space as well. So
yeah, it really seems like now that we've, to almost a complete extent, moved past the pandemic, everyone's back in society, back in these communal environments, leveraging digital signage, experiential signage, large format display. It seems like in some ways it's a magnet to draw people to some of these out-of-home spaces, because as much as we love our big screen TVs and those dazzling 4K images we can get at home, it's not quite the same as what we can experience in these out-of-home commercial environments, is it? I mean, it really seems like this technology is a magnet drawing people out of their homes.
Yeah, for sure. It's true. And even beyond the beauty of it, the usefulness of it, I feel like is also front and center. And so we get, as consumers of information, we go into a space and we expect there to be interactive signage there. We expect for something or someone to tell us where to walk and, what's going on next and what's happening within an environment. And the large format displays and digital signage as a whole helps us make that happen. Obviously content's super key. But I myself go into spaces and when there isn't signage, I feel like there's something missing, right? And I think that we're seeing that over and over again in different vertical market applications.
Well, I know, Sandi, whenever I talk to you, whenever I talk to members of the TD SYNNEX family, you always lead with your commitment to partnership, trying to help the channel, add value to the channel. It seems like it's absolutely core to your DNA. So you want to talk a little bit about services, about support that TD SYNNEX provides in the context of this large format display category? Because as I say, you seem so centered on bringing value to the channel.
Absolutely. I mean, that's what we're here for, right? We don't exist without our partners. Dana, we've talked about this many times, but we don't sell to end customers. So our channel partners, our integrators, they are our business. And so we really align around kind of operational excellence, service excellence, and then just our people as a whole. So operations, I talk about that a lot about that's sort of the table stakes, right? So having an extensive, line card, we have over 1,500 brands. If a partner is looking for something, we've got it, right? And if not, then we're very quick to to make sure that we're rising to meet that need. Our warehouse infrastructure alone is a significant support to our partners. So we've got over 16 warehouses across the U.S., over 4 million square feet. And it's more than just, pick, pack, and ship. We actually have 6 of those facilities that provide integration services. And so specific to this space, that's so important. Bundling, kitting, things like asset tagging and IP assignment, even light manufacturing and kiosk space as well. Very, very important. Credit, we talk about credit a lot. That's, again, table stakes, but beyond just standard terms, there are creative financing options to help support our customers when they have these big opportunities and these big whales, right, with rollout schedules and that type of thing. And so beyond just the operational, fulfillment of those opportunities, we really, try to partner with our customers and come alongside them through the entire opportunity from end to end. We start with that from a services. So you sort of talked about that from a design perspective, and the design when it comes to digital signage is key, right? Starting with that application. It's not just about putting a bunch of boxes together and hoping that it meets a solution. It really is about trying to understand the possible, and then building that out from there, and the need from the customer. And so collaboration is key with our partners there, and our people make that happen. With speaking of those people, we have specialists in every facet of the business. And so whether it's from a technology perspective, so I have over 60 people just specialized on the brand side of the visual solutions business. And then we also have experts that know everything from cloud and IoT, network security, which is such a hot topic right now. And then from a vertical market perspective within the public sector and other spaces. And so beyond just being that partner that helps with pick, pack, and ship, we've got a robust team that's there ready to align with our partners to make sure that what they're delivering to the market is compelling and that it really meets the needs of their customers.
Well, I don't need to tell someone as deep in the trenches of the market as you how difficult it has been for integrators broadly over the last 3 or 4 years, not just with the pandemic, but interest rates and inflation and all these other things. Having a partner like TD SYNNEX with all the value that you've just articulated, and that just scratches the surface, it is so incredibly powerful. So thank you for taking some time just to illustrate the ways in which you really are committed to adding value to and helping those in the channel.
Absolutely, Dan. Happy to do it. Thanks for the time.
So happy to have been joined once again by Sandi Stambaugh, who is Senior Vice President, Product Management with TD SYNNEX. My name is Dan Ferrisi, Editor-in-Chief with Commercial Integrator. Please check back on commercialintegrator.com each and every day, especially throughout the month of April, when we're going to be featuring our large format display deep dive. Once again, thank you so much for tuning in.